Hola, mi llamo Federico, soy un guiri de Suecia, and I'm one of the founder behind the pool. I'm a very curious person. I love building long-term relations and make people grow and also grow business. So the pool is the perfect place for me because it's like going back to when I was a kid, when you were playing with Lego. You do it not alone. I did it with my brothers and cousins. And it's the same thing here because there's a lot of talent entrepreneurs and you're building new things together. And we don't know where we're going to end up, but it's a perfect place for building Lego together. I moved here 2017 and I created a company in Sweden, Whisper Group, together with Martin. And then we sold the business, and I, thought that this is great. We should work for Marbella. So Martin moved down here, and I had an idea about a co-working place, a place that you work together. I had a similar business in Sweden, a small one, in the best area. And I thought if we're going to start up new companies, we need to sit with other like-minded persons. So we started with this kind of ideas, Martin and I, and we met this Andreas, an amazing guy. And Martin had this idea with the Marbella Tech Meetup. So we did that in combination with Andreas, with his idea with a technology hub. And then we were introduced by Per to Douglas. And we directly found, relations that we should do this together. And without Douglas, it was impossible because through him, we had the contact with Corte Inglés. And Corte Inglés, it is a person there, Pedro. He's the CEO of the Puerto Banús in Marbella. And thanks to Douglas, we also have found good people in Madrid supporting us in this project. So they are more like a partner. And then through them, we found Christian. And they recommend Christian. And that was the start. And I'm so happy because everybody in this project did their thing, but everybody needed this together. So we made the soup together, everybody with their speciality. And we also were very lucky because we had really great investors joining the project, and they are like partners as well. So it's not like investors, founders, the team working at the pool. We're working very close together, that everybody, deliver their spice to the soup. And that is very rare that it is. So I have, the future will be so interesting how we're going to develop this together. And it's just the start. At the opening night, it was just amazing. It was this spring. And, the background being an immigrant yourself, and even, Marbella, it's my second place, except Sweden. And for me, it was a big moment, standing there with a major and with my partners, with Christian and his amazing team, and all the people that we have worked together, investors, and it felt very, very special being a Giri and sitting in the town you've been since you were 14, 15 years old, and then we open up this hub together, and this is just the start. So I had to. That was a moment. It was better than I hoped for, in that sense that it's great people who's having in their office and are a member of the club. And it has created a lot of business. People that sold their company met another one here, and they starting new ventures together. Investors that found companies they want to invest in. It has created so much energy already, and we have been open since May. And it's the people here that it's everything. We are Swedes, and I was afraid, except Douglas, that is the local one, that it was become too much of a Swedish hub, but it's not. It's 23 countries here, and it's female and it's men. It's almost 50-50 the last time I was counted with the private office and the club. And people are from 20 to 70, and I mean, it's amazing. And also a lot of Spanish, both from the investor perspective, but also from people sitting here by the pool. I grew up in Sweden, but my father, he moved to Germany. So then I moved to Marbella and went here for 1 year, and then I went back to Sweden and continue with the same schoolmates. And I'm from central Stockholm, so I'm a city boy. My life is very much around entrepreneurship, I would say. My brother is an entrepreneur, my father was an entrepreneur. Sweden didn't have a good entrepreneurial way for students, so I started up a university course for entrepreneurs. So that was also to get like-minded people that want to study and do your business at the same time. Had my first company when I was 18, and then I starting different kind of businesses. So I love building things and create things, and everything is around people. Good people that work together make things happen. Yeah, I had 3 kids, and they have been involved in since I started this project together with my partners, and they were so proud also when we had the opening. But they love business as well, and both of them. I have 2 now that study, and they're so curious about what's happening, and maybe in the future they start their own company or they do something completely different. They have talents for everything, and the little one lives in Sweden. We have an apartment there. Then we have the second home in La Quinta. Everybody loves Spain, so let's see what's happening in the future. Right now, it's 100% focus on soul tech, which is actually a fun story, because the idea came because Martin and I we have been working long time together. So we created a whisper group together, and I had a lot of different other companies. But then when we came here and we had this project with now it's not a project, it's opened, and we want to start a new tech company, and we had a certain idea, and then we pitched this on Johan, our partner here, and he said, guys, it's a good idea, but why don't you do more working with the product? What do you mean? And then he had an idea, because he see the trend with his company Cinch. He saw the trend that everybody's moving the pattern from email, and you dial your contact center. He said, no, that's not the future. Look at what's in China now with the WeChat. It's just booming. All these chat platforms like Meta, Instagram, Facebook, and Google is having their everything now in Europe are in different platforms, and everything gonna move into when you're shopping and when you're gonna have dialogues. So my kids, they're not gonna phone a company and ask where their package is, or they want to go into shop and have a service like you have in a shop. You want to have that online. So therefore, Johan's idea was to create this. We had another idea with Soltech to create this SaaS solution company. So that is 100% focus right now. So Martin and I, we are back fighting, back on the scene, start up again. My brother said, "How could you do that again?" Starting from zero. But we love it, and we have a really good team with Olle, and we have a team now with Sonja and Elias. They're actually here right now. It's so fun working with talent people. I'm blessed in that sense.